Well, let me see if I can do it again. It's working now.
That's what you want to play?
I want to play Gambit's theme song.
Alright.
Why don't you get the fuck up off these nuts?
Are you recording?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
Oh.
Always recording.
Do you hear that music playing?
They probably can't hear us. They could probably hear the music.
Oh.
I don't know how it works. This is godlike music. It's Gambit's theme song.
It has no dislikes. That's pretty good.
That's because nobody dislikes Gambit. Everybody loves Gambit.
I don't love Gambit, but
You love
he's alright.
You love him.
I like the way he talks. He's like, come on now, Chef. I'm going to sit on this bench right here and look for me some adventures to get on.
Alright.
There goes a stealth Iron Man sitting over next to me.
Nobody wants to talk to that guy. That's why I'm over here on this bench. Oh no, it's an imposter Gambit.
Oh no, there goes Morph, trying to play as me again. What's up with that, mon ami?
Your Cajun is terrible.
How dare you disrespect my Cajun talk? Don't be that way, Chef.
You're terrible.
Let me hear your Cajun talk, do it.
You should follow me on Vine, then you'll hear all my
I follow
Cajun.
you on Vine. Let me hear your Cajun talk.
Then you know
let
about...
me hear in person. Not a lot of people can say that. Not many people can hear the Cajun gentleman
The
in person.
Cajun
like
gentleman.
Do it.
Oh, it's Nick Fury here. I guarantee I hate you in all your movies.
That's pretty good.
You like that?
Oh, it's Nick Fury here. I guarantee I hate you in all your movies.
In all your movies, sir. Sure enough.
That Venom looks pretty beast.
I could fuck him up. Actually, no. My Gambit's level 1. He would get bodied by him.
You can fight other people?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, it's not other people. That's a boss.
Oh.
See, watch.
Oh.
I'll fight him. He'll beat my ass. You can't stop us. We are
I think
better.
that's new.
Kind of new. They've done a lot of cool shit since we played this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You paying for it again or you still playing free?
No, I'm playing free, dude. Cheap as fuck. Ah, fuck up off me. By the way, get the fuck up off me!
Jesus.
Alright, so... Oh shit, he's fucking me up. What do you got to talk about today on this new episode of the Bad Podcast?
We doing movies first or we saving that for last?
We do movies first. I don't much have any movies I'd like to talk about.
I thought you want to talk about ATM.
ATM?
You sent me a text. You said ATM.
What's ATM?
I asked you what you want to talk about, and you said ATM and something else.
I got my list.
Well, you do have your list, but I got your text. Let me look it up real quick.
When we talk about movies, I'm gonna talk about horror movies.
Yeah, you said ATM.
What's ATM?
Dude, Jesus. Hold on for a second. Alright. I gave you my list, and then I was like, what you got? You said ATM, Mighty Number 9, and the chick from Riddick is Mrs. Marvel.
I don't know what ATM is.
And it's Miss Marvel. I don't know what ATM is.
I was half awake last night when I sent you that, so I was probably just gibberish.
Oh, well, ATM is a horror movie.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you were mistaken. I was mistaken in saying that.
So I watched it for nothing?
Yeah, you did, actually.
It was alright. Alice Eve was in it. I like her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But, no, I mean, horror movies, here's my beef with them. We saw, like, A Year Next the other day, which I thought was pretty decent.
I thought it was really good.
I wouldn't go far as to say it was really good. I'd say it was really mad decent.
Why did you think it was decent?
Because, I mean, it did one of the things that I've always wanted a horror movie to do. And that's have the protagonist not be a complete fucking useless piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know, that spoilers, that bitch was bad as fuck.
Yeah, let's do spoilers. Let's do spoiler warnings. So
nobody's gonna see Your Next anyways.
They should. That was why you thought it was okay?
Well, I mean, I would like to make a horror movie where it's not really a horror movie. It's like so realistic that like the fucking slasher or whoever's trying to kill people gets fucked up by one of the people real bad. You know what I mean?
That was this movie.
Yeah, but I'm talking like on another level, like on some real shit. Because that still had, like you said, campy horror elements to it.
Yeah.
I want it to be like one of those, you know, super realistic movies.
Well, I actually said this in my review. You would read it if the Tumblr app wasn't such a piece of shit.
Yeah, I didn't read that.
And erase it. You can't read it because they erased it as soon as I published it. So I'm like in the middle of rewriting it because I can't remember what I fully wrote. But I was just saying that I really like that movie.
Where's my stars, Ben Reilly Spider-Man?
Shut up!
He was trying to take my stars.
I said I really like that movie because they actually did like smart things in it. Like that's probably one of the first movies I've seen where I didn't get mad at the protagonist. Like you were saying, where they do stupid shit. Like how many times has someone's phone rang and you're just like, why the fuck do you have your phone on right now?
Right?
But like in this one, it made sense because they had the jammer on, and she was like, oh well, I need to send this text message out, you know. So like if I even get a shred of a signal, it'll get to the police, right? Yeah. So that made sense. And then like just all the decisions made in that movie like pretty much made sense.
Right, you didn't get a lot of like, why are you doing that?
Yeah, and I mean like the guys weren't like invincible or anything, you know. They got
fucked up.
Yeah, they weren't like getting whacked in the head and they kind of just stand up and slowly walk towards people. They were like, oh shit, like fuck, like I got stabbed and I'm getting beat to death, you know.
Yeah, that one guy went out like a bitch too.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like that movie, dude. That's probably one of the greatest horror movies I've seen in a while.
I thought it was cool.
Well, like slasher movies, not horror.
I want him to do that on another level, you know, like I said, I want it to be like, you know, like you said, Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, but like have him do that shit to him, you know. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, that was one thing that took me by surprise is that it was kind of goofy, but it worked though. I really liked it. Cause like, I don't know, like even with the chick, like you said, she wasn't completely useless. Like, I get like in other movies where they kind of have that person have that switch flick on where they're like, okay, I got to get in survival mode and fight back, right? But like they actually had a reason for her to do that, and she wasn't like helpless when everything was going down. I mean, she was kind of like,
because she was
scared, but she wasn't like running around like, oh my god, and then like flip the switch. Like as soon as shit started going down, she was like, all right, like give me this fucking meat tenderizer and let's get to work. Let me set up these boards of nails. So I don't know. I thought that was really good, man.
Yeah, it was a good movie, no doubt.
Like so since you didn't watch it, there is a movie called ATM. Yeah, and it's about these two dudes and this one girl are going to this ATM in the middle of nowhere. Like the whole setup is the guy liked the girl, and they went to like some holiday party.
Is it on Netflix or what?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Oh.
They went to a holiday party, and she needed a ride home, so he gave her a ride home, and his buddy was also was his ride home as well. Like he was supposed to give his buddy a ride.
Right.
So his buddy ended up coming along, and he was like cock blocking and shit. And he was like, "Oh, I'm hungry. I need to get something to eat." And he was like, "I don't have any cash on me." He's like, "Oh, let's go to ATM." So they go to this ATM in the middle of nowhere, and it's like a booth. So you need like your debit card or whatever to get into the booth and use the ATM. So the guy goes in there, he's taking all day. So then the next dude goes in there, and then the girl is like waiting in the car. So she got tired of waiting in the car, so she ends up going in the ATM as well. And they're like getting money out, and when they're about to leave, there's like this dude just standing right outside of it, just kind of like staring them down. And they're like, what the fuck, what's going on, you know? And they're like, when they tried to walk out, the guy kind of took a step towards them, so they went back in the booth. And then they were trying to figure out what was going on. So then this one guy out of nowhere just comes walking his dog, and the guy sees him, so he walks over towards him. And he's like, oh, can I help you, sir? And he just like flat out murders him. So like then they know like, okay, like this dude's like means business, right? So the whole movie's just spent with them like trying to get out of the booth and everything. And I mean, they were kind of doing some stupid stuff as well. Like, dude, honestly, if it was you, me, and Dice in the ATM booth, and there's one guy outside, would you not want to like
Just go fuck him up.
go fuck him up? Yeah. And that's what they were saying in the movie. They're like, dude, like, it's three of us. And, like, the girl was like, I don't know. She's like, I can't do it. I can't go after him. I'm like, okay, that's understandable.
Yeah, because you're a chick and you're whatever.
It's understandable that it's one person who doesn't want to go, but it's still 2-on-1. And, like, the guy didn't have any weapons when he first started out. Like, he eventually went to the guy's car and he got, like, tire iron and shit. But he was unarmed, dude. 2 guys could not take him. I'm like, come on. I mean, maybe he was, like, special forces, dude, but I'm not going to sit in the booth, like, scared to death, you know.
Well, you got to make that moment where you don't go out like a bitch, you know. Like,
yeah.
You just sit in there and let him fucking rob and rape and kill you.
Oh, and they had the part, well, I'm pretty sure this movie came out before You're Next, but they had the part where the guy was running, where he made a run for it, and he fucking choked himself out on the zip line.
They did that too?
They did that, because he was like, fuck this, man, I'm making a run for it. So he, like, runs out the booth, and they just show him running through the parking lot. Then all of a sudden, he just fucking, like, goes, yuck! And then they show that the guy set up some wire in the parking lot. I was like, oh, man.
I mean, I could see that happening because it's realistic, but it's not a good way to... It's a waste of a kill in a horror movie, if you ask me.
Well, he didn't die, but he still got fucked up. But, it was an okay movie. I mean, there was some stuff that was dumb. Like, they parked so far away from the booth. Like, they could have just parked up to the booth, like, right next to it, and went in and used it. But they were, like, so far away, and, like, a security guard ended up coming as well, because he saw him in the booth, like, flagging him down. And he parks, like, the same distance that they did from the booth, and he gets out of the car, and he's like, what's going on? I can't hear you guys, what? And the guy's coming, like, right behind him and ends up killing him. And I was like, come on, dude, are you serious? Why wouldn't you drive up to the fucking booth, you know? So, I mean, it was dumb stuff like that was happening in the movie where it's like, I get pissed off. I did not have that in Your Next.
No. Pains me to do this.
Okay. Another movie I saw was The Colony. I finally got to see that. I told you about that, right?
I don't think so.
Lawrence Fishburne?
Briefly. I don't remember.
Well, I thought it was another, like, space film, like another sci-fi horror, but it was on Earth, and I guess it was years, like, it was a post-apocalyptic Earth where it was, like, always snowing, and everybody was, like, living in bunkers and stuff underground. So they get a distress signal from this other colony, and they go and send somebody to check it out, so they go check it out. They get to the place, there's, like, blood in the doorway, like a trail of blood in the doorway. They go down into the bunker, and they check it out. There's nobody there. They come up to this door that has, like, scratches and dents all over it, and is locked. And they eventually, like, break it open somehow, and there's, like, a guy in there, and he's like, close the door. And they're like, what the hell is going on in here? And he's like, dude, he was like, people are fucking crazy. Like, we sent somebody out on, like, a scouting mission or whatever, and then when they came back, these other people, like, came with them and came in and killed everybody. He's like, and I've been in here for, like, days. I don't know how long I've been in here, but he's like, I'm hungry and I'm thirsty and shit. And they're like, all right, well, come back to our colony. And he's like, I ain't going nowhere. And they're like, oh, come on now. And then they hear, like, some noise down the hall. So they're like, what was that? And they're like, let's go check it out. You know, they do some dumb shit like that. You go into a bunker, there is nobody there. You find one guy barricaded in a room, and you want to go and check out what the noise was. So they go check out the noise, and it's like a group of cannibals, like, chopping up people and eating on arms and shit.
What?
And they didn't notice when they came into the room. They could have easily just, like, slowly backed out and left, right? No, this dude takes a gun and shoots one of them. And then, like, a whole group of them stand up and start chasing them out of the fucking colony. So they end up getting out of there just barely. And they're going back to their original colony. And they stop to, like, take a rest for the night. And when they wake up the next morning, they, like, see in the distance that the guys are following them as well. They're following their snow trails. So, like, they spend that whole time trying to fend them off. And in the end, they get back to their colony, but the guys end up finding them anyway, and they come through there and kill everybody. They ended up like fending the guys off, the cannibals and shit, and the movie ends with them going to some colony where they figured out how to get the warm climate back and start growing food again, and the movie just ends like that. But once again, dude, it's like just it was dumb decisions being made in that movie, and it was pissing me off.
Yeah.
So
sounds like a wretched movie.
And I'm saying, dude, like I've seen those types of movies all my life, you know, like in the horror genre, you've seen plenty of movies like that. And when I went to go see Your Next, I did not have that at all. I was like, dude, this is a bomb ass movie. So that was why I liked it so much.
All right, you got any other movies you watched?
Here Comes the Boom. That MMA movie. Your boy Boss Ruben was in there.
Yeah, he is.
It was funny.
He's pretty cool. I've just been watching that show Arrow, like nonstop.
Yeah.
Really addicted to that show.
You know why you're a piece of shit for that?
Why?
Because I told you about that show before, and you were like, "Oh, fuck that show. I don't care about DC."
Yeah, but you have to. There's some things.
No.
Some things you have to come into
on your own.
On your own, yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you guys something about this man. This is the type of man where if you even show the slightest interest in something, like you'd be like, I really like Spider-Man. He's like, oh, you read Spider-Man comics? And I'll be like, oh, I used to, but I haven't read it in a while. The next day, this fool will come with a box of comics. Well, you need to start here, and then you can start here, and then when you're finished, then you can start this. Let me know when you're done. Okay, thanks, dude. You sit up there reading off through them, and you finally catch up, and you're like, man, I read all the comics, dude. Thanks, I appreciate it. It was really good, man. So let's talk about this and that. We had this conversation. It's like, yeah, going back and forth. Next thing you know, I want to return the favor. I'm like, you know what? You should really check out this one show, dude. It's pretty good. Here are all the fucking DVDs for it. No, I don't want to see that shit. And then like years later, you end up like watching this show on your own. You're like, man, you really need to watch this show. It's fucking bomb.
It may or may not be entirely accurate.
Shit.
Knock over that.
That's you in a nutshell.
I mean,
oh my god.
We all have our quirks.
No, I don't want to see that shit.
But anyways, I'm sorry,
Because when we...
maybe it was because I couldn't watch it because I didn't have TV.
No. Shut up about that, by the way. Don't say too much. When we got Injustice, I was playing Injustice. I was like, man, I don't know about you, but I'm really like kind of interested in some of the stuff that DC's been doing. Like, I want to see that Arrow show because I heard it's actually pretty good. And you were like, nah, fuck that show. I don't want to see that. I don't care about DC. That was your exact words. It's okay though.
I didn't know that he was gonna go as hard as he does in that show.
Whatever.
He fucking kills so many people. Like he is such a badass. Like he kills so many people.
Then why don't you watch Breaking Bad?
I just haven't got around to it. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not against that show. I just haven't fucking done it yet. 2
years later, you're gonna be like, man, I've been watching Breaking Bad. It's like the best thing ever.
It doesn't matter as long as I get around it. I haven't even watched the last season of Mad Men.
Well, I don't even get the appeal of Mad Men because I've seen all the way up to season 3 when he marries that one chick.
It's just good acting. Spoilers.
The acting's okay, man. It's just
good.
I don't know. I just watched that show and there's like really nothing that goes on.
It's also, I mean, you have to understand it's a period thing too. It's a period thing. Like I like shit from the 60s and the 50s and all that crap, so.
Okay, but I watched Magic City, and Magic City is more interesting than Mad Men.
I haven't watched that. I don't know anything about it.
Well, it's more interesting than Mad Men. That's a period show as well. And your boy, the comedian's in it.
You get crunk. Is he really?
Yeah. He's the main character.
That guy's cool. He's a good actor.
Yeah, he's good.
All right, well, Arrow's good. Check it out. I like my boy Ollie. But see, here's the thing though. I like that. I like him better in that show than I do in the comics. Like if I had to pick between which Oliver I like, I'd go with the show one over the comic book one any day. Fuck that guy.
That's fine. That's how I am with Smallville. Like, I'd rather watch Smallville than read Superman or watch Superman movies.
Oh, and they just showed your boy, whatever the fuck his name is. I know his name when I hear it.
Deadshot?
Roy Harper.
Oh, Arsenal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just showed him.
That's good.
Yeah, the Deadshot too. He came back.
Yeah.
But no, it's a really good show. I like it. It's really fucking violent for being a TV show, especially on the CW.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting.
I mean, those shits that they do. But anyways, those are my other notes.
Well, TV's just been getting violent a lot lately, dude. Like, did you ever? Well, I'm sure you didn't, but Hannibal's violent. Like the shit that they show on there.
No, I've never watched it.
This show, the Bridge. I'm watching that, and they have like a scene where they put a lady on between the U.S. and Mexico border, and one half is a white American lady, and the other half is a Mexican woman. It's crazy. So yeah, dude, TV's getting
Sketchy.
it's getting some balls now. But then again, FX doesn't really count because they're kind of borderline cable.
He's not on FX. It's on the CW.
I know.
Oh, you're talking
That's
about
what I'm
the
saying.
other show?
But TV in general, because Hannibal is on, I think, NBC, and that's pretty violent. And even though they show it late at night, it's still pretty violent.
I'll have to check that out. I liked the last movie they did. The movie they did. You know what I mean?
Who?
The which one was it? Was it Red Dragon? No, Hannibal Rising. I liked that.
That was all right.
I thought it was okay. But what was the other thing I was gonna say? Hold on. Oh yeah, did you hear? Speaking of Marvel video games, the chick from Riddick is in talks to be Miss Marvel for the Miss Marvel movie.
You will refer to her as Katie Sackhoff.
No, she's the chick from Riddick to me.
She's a chick from Battlestar Galactica.
I've never watched that, and I never will.
Well, that's where she's from.
I understand that's where she's from, but I'm just telling you, I know her as the chick from Riddick.
Okay, that's fine. But I know her as a chick from Battlestar Galactica. I'm trying to remember her character's name. It was Star something, but
It doesn't fucking matter.
it does matter.
Because once she's Miss Marvel, that's all she's gonna be anyways.
I'm looking it up. Hold on for a second. No, I don't know, man. I don't know. Did they confirm it that she's?
No, they just it's they've been checking her availability.
Okay.
Like for like the last year or something. She says Marvel's they'll hit her up every once in a while and be like, you still available to do this shit? You still available to do this shit?
Yeah.
Sorry that I'm destroying all these Ockbots. It makes me so sad.
Starbuck. That was her name. Okay.
Oh fuck.
I googled it. Yeah, she's from Battlestar, dude. She had a pretty big role in there. That will be interesting to see, like, if she does become Miss Marvel.
Well,
like,
Miss Marvel as a movie is kind of weird. I don't know a whole lot about her. I know that she's super sexy.
she's gonna have her own movie, or she's gonna be like a side character.
Talking about having her own movie.
Oh yeah. I don't know, man. We talked about this before. I think Marvel needs to kind of
Calm down.
calm down a little bit, man. I think they're getting a little overzealous.
Well, it's 2016. She's like phase 3 or something like that.
Yeah, but by the time Phase 3 comes along, man, are we still gonna be that into Marvel movies? Because I mean, they barely. As good as Phase 1 was, you gotta admit there were some kind of flukes
Like what?
along the way. Thor wasn't all that great.
Yeah, but look at the source material. That's really hard.
The Incredible Hulk wasn't all that great either.
Look at the source material. What do they
Doesn't
have to
matter.
work with?
Doesn't
There's some
matter.
comic books that just shouldn't be made into movies, in my opinion.
Dude, the Hulk?
Yeah. I don't fucking care about the Hulk, dude.
You would rather see a Miss Marvel movie over the
fuck
Hulk.
yeah,
You
dude.
don't know anything about Miss Marvel.
That's why I'd rather see it. I know about the Hulk.
I don't know, man. Like maybe the Hulk could be like could be reduced to just a side character. I agree with that because there's only so many times you can show him fuck up everything.
Well, not only
in
that,
the
but they've
movie.
already done. It's the same reason why I liked the Amazing Spider-Man movie, but I hated it at the same time, because they've done that story like a million different times. They've done the Hulk a million different times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick of that shit.
Miss Marvel's gonna be the same thing. They're gonna do an origin story.
That's fine, but they haven't done hers yet.
It's still gonna be an origin story.
Well, at some point, yeah, they're all going to be origin stories.
Yeah. So what?
I'm just saying, as long as you don't do Miss Marvel and then do Miss Marvel again, I don't care.
If it's a hit, they're gonna do Miss Marvel again.
Well, yeah, but then it won't be an origin story, and I won't care. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see the same shit over and over. That's why I'm kind of excited for this X-Men movie, because it's not the same shit.
Yeah.
Hopefully it has my boy in it. Bonjour, mes amis.
Like, I'll go see it because she's in it. I mean, if she plays Miss Marvel, I'm down. But I'm just saying, dude, I just think Marvel needs to kind of chill out a little bit.
I'm going to take on all these robots myself. Take this, mon ami.
And the last thing I want to talk about in movies, so you heard about Will Smith, right?
Will Smith, how he said he might do Independence Day 4 or some shit. Yeah, that's cool.
But like originally he wasn't going to.
Yeah.
They were saying they couldn't afford him. So it brings me to my main question of, should there be a limit to actors?
How much money they make?
Yeah.
No, there shouldn't be.
Why?
Because if you start doing that, you're going to start compromising like the movies and the way that they're made, and
the movie's already compromised.
Why is it compromised?
Because when you see like Will Smith in a movie now, it doesn't matter what kind of part he plays, you see Will Smith. Before Johnny Depp was doing Pirates, because now Johnny Depp is kind of doing the same shtick every time in his movies, but before he did Pirates, every role he did, he was that role, man. Like when he played Edward Scissorhands, it was like, okay, he's Edward Scissorhands. When he played Jack Sparrow, you're like, okay, he's Jack Sparrow. When he played Donnie Brasco, he's Donnie Brasco. It was like he had some range when he was acting. Like I never like looked at a movie and said, okay, there goes Johnny Depp. You know, like I've never looked at a movie that way until like the whole Pirates fiasco, and then all of his roles kind of started.
You think he's
being
just Jack Sparrow in every movie he plays?
Yeah,
now?
Pretty much now. Like, and that's all I see now is either like Jack Sparrow or I see Johnny Depp channeling Jack Sparrow, and that's kind of the same thing that I see with Will Smith, and Robert Downey Jr. is starting to get that way too, where it's like his Tony Stark is kind of the same as his Sherlock Holmes.
See, I haven't watched a whole lot of the Sherlock Holmes movies.
Sherlock Holmes is really good. And I'm not trying to talk bad about him. I'm just saying, like, it's starting to get to the point now where I just see the actor and I'm not seeing, like, the role that they're playing, you know? Or I'm seeing the role that they're playing, but it's the role that they played in all the movies previous to the movie that they're in currently.
So you're saying that they get typecast?
They're getting typecast now. Because everybody wants to go for that quirkiness that they brought to the last movie.
Don't kill me. Give me that fucking straw.
And it's like, movies now, the budget is going up more and more. Like, I think like now it's around like maybe 200, maybe even close to 300 mil. And you got an actor who makes like 20 mil a movie, dude. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, but unfortunately, not everybody shares the same opinion as you and I on movies. And they won't see an Avengers movie unless Robert Downey Jr. is in it.
That's true.
So they need to pay him that much money so they people will go see it.
But do they?
Well, if they want to make back the money they spent on the movies, they do.
You don't think after a certain amount of time, like before they got 20 mil, like before they got to that 20 mil mark, you don't think like they weren't trying? And after they got 20 mil, they were just like, all right.
Well, I mean, they're going to do what's easy, what the safe bet is.
So you're compromising the movie.
Pretty much. That's why I'm saying it'll be even more like that if you start fucking with their pay.
Oh no, man. And I'm not saying that Robert doesn't care about his job. I do get the sense that he does really like to make movies. Like he cares about the craft.
Well, I read a big interview with him on, I think he was in GQ magazine or something like that. And he was saying how he was not thinking about doing Iron Man anymore because he didn't want to keep doing the same thing. He said he came from, I died? He came from a big acting family or something like that, or a family of artists. I can't remember. And he was like, artists kind of don't like doing the same thing over and over, so.
And and that's good, and that's what I'm saying. Like I really do think he cares about the craft. Like, don't get me wrong, dude. That guy is Tony Stark, and I like his Sherlock Holmes, but you can't keep just doing that same role over and over again. And that's what kind of like Will Smith is doing now, where it's like every single movie he's in, he plays the same role. Like the most diverse role I've seen him play is Bad Boys. Like he's kind of a different character in Bad Boys, but everything else.
He did Ali. He did Pursuit of Happiness. That guy can act when he wants to, dude. He did 7 Pounds. Well, that's the thing is maybe it's not. Maybe it's just him in his choice of movies lately. And the same can be said for Robert Downey Jr. Maybe it's just the choice of movies that they've been doing lately.
Maybe. Because, like, I didn't get to see After Earth, but a lot of people were kind of criticizing him for that because they were like, he wasn't even trying. Like, he was, like, way too serious. And I'm like, I actually want to see that because I'm always seeing, like, this outgoing guy, dancing around and doing the, woo! Just dancing all over the place and shit. And it's like I want to see some different shit from him, dude. Like I've always said this. I want to see him make a Training Day where he finally plays a villain and he's convincing. And you're looking at him, you're like, dude, this is Will Smith, and he's fucking badass, and I believe it.
Never saw Training Day.
Jesus Christ. It's the next subject. Jesus Christ.
It is.
Jesus.
Shut up.
How have you never seen Training Day?
I hate Denzel Washington.
But it's Training Day.
But fuck Denzel.
Why do you hate Denzel?
Because the same things that you just said. He's Denzel in every fucking movie he's in.
Except Training Day.
You see the fucking veins in my neck right now? You know how much I hate Denzel?
Dude, King Kong ain't got shit on me. That's Denzel in Training Day, okay? That man was badass.
I don't like King Kong either.
I don't like King Kong either, but still. He ain't got shit on Denzel. You need to watch Training Day.
Fuck Training Day. Anyways, the next topic is... Did you hear about the... You know Metal Gear 5 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You know they're doing the chick Quiet and how she's like kind of skanky looking in that?
Yeah.
I was reading the other day on how Hideo Kojima, because he's taking a lot of shit for that. Did I just go backwards? No, I'll go backwards. He's taking a lot of shit for that because they're saying... Christ. Hope that doesn't get fucking flagged. But anyways, great, now I gotta put this shit in here. Don't look.
You have the password blocked?
Yeah, they're not gonna see it. They can figure it out. I don't care. Steal my fucking Superhero Squad account. Give a fuck. But no. He was saying how he did that as kind of like an like, what do you call it when it's not an homage, but it's like a in your face, like, making fun of a satire to like fighting games, chicks in fighting games.
I didn't hear that.
He said he did that kind of like to show how absurd it is how some of these scantily clad women are in some of these games.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe not just fighting games, but he did single out fighting games. He did say that. And he said, don't worry. He's like, once you find out why she dresses that way, you're going to feel like a piece of shit.
Yeah. See, that, like, and because this is what I'm confused on with that whole thing, is I've read that he wanted the characters to be more exotic, like all the characters and not just her. But he's talking about just her.
Yeah, he was talking about just her because they called her out on that. They were like, "Why does she look so slutty? That's a little much."
Yeah. Well, I mean, I saw the entire pic of her. I don't remember her having stockings. I thought she had like army pants on in the trailer.
I thought she did too.
I remember the bra and shit, but I thought she had army pants on. But that's what I was kind of like wanted to defend with him, because he treats his characters right. Like it was like we were talking about last episode where I was like, you can't just make a scantily clad woman and expect me to like her and say like she's a bomb ass character. She's got to have like some kind of backstory, or she's got to have something about her that shows more of how she's a strong female, you know, like it can't be just them scantily clad. And he doesn't do that with his women, you know. So when they showed that picture and she had like the pantyhose on and everything, I was like, that looks kind of bizarre, but knowing him, he's going to explain it, dude. Like, she was probably passed around through like different camps and fucking raped and shit, you know. Like, it's probably going to be something like that. And that's pretty much like how she dresses or something. Like, maybe she was like sold off as a sex slave, and that was how they always had her dress, and they took advantage of her, and she eventually got a sniper rifle and fucking killed her entire camp, you know, quietly, you know. But I don't know. I'm not worried about it, man. I know he does his characters right. So just because he has her look like a $2 whore with a sniper rifle doesn't mean she's gonna be a bad character, because he's gonna explain that shit. So
we'll see. But I thought that was cool.
You know,
Some of them fighting game chicks are pretty skanky.
Who's skanky?
Dude. Really?
Who? Name one. Who's skanky?
My dress is skanky. Any of the people?
No.
Yes.
No.
Getting sent home from work, my. Fucking.
What's her nationality? Where's she
She's
from?
supposed to be Japanese. There's no Japanese women that look like that.
She's well endowed.
No. Not in Japan, she's not.
How do you know?
Because I'm racist.
There are Asians who are well endowed, okay?
I like my.
Not every Asian is flat chested and small dicked, okay? There's people packing.
I should move over there. I'd have the biggest dick in the entire fucking country. And that's coming from a guy with a real small dick. Real small.
You gotta do it in the camera.
Real small. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Mine's not skanky.
She's very skanky. Any of the DOA chicks, come on.
Well, DOA, yeah, but it kind of goes with their nationality a little bit. You know, it just kind of tweaked.
You know, you can buy Doom now. Dude, you can buy so many cool characters. You can buy Rescue. You can buy fucking Iron Patriot.
I want to buy Rescue.
We start playing this game again. Look at this fucking shitty Brody Iron Patriot.
Who's that?
Enslier Spider-Man. Squirrel Girl. Arachna, I don't even know who that is.
I want Rescue.
Wonder Man. Look at Gravity Squeeze.
I think he's going to do the character justice, so I am not worried about her walking around in pantyhose.
All right, well, that's interesting, I guess, you know.
Because I like Sniper Wolf.
I don't know Jenny yet.
The thing that I liked about Sniper Wolf, because, you know, she had her jacket kind of zipped down with her chesticles hanging out. And, like, when I saw that, I was like, she looks good, but it's a little cold up in Alaska to be having your tits hanging out like that.
Well, it's all fat and cellulite anyways up in there, so they don't, you know.
Yeah, but
they don't have a whole lot of feeling.
But the thing that drew me to her was the fact that, because for one, I like snipers, but the other thing was that when they were going through her backstory, they were like, yeah, she's known for, like, when she gets her target, she, like, stays prone in her position and she waits. And, like, sometimes it'll take hours, sometimes it'll take days, sometimes it takes weeks, but they're like, she doesn't move a muscle until her target comes and she kills them. And I was like, that's badass. I was like, that's a sniper. Like, that's what drew me to her, not her. Well, I mean, like, yeah, her chesticles hanging out, but the thing that drew me to her was that she was a sniper. And then when I read into the backstory and read more about her character, then I was like, okay, yeah, I like Sniper Wolf. I'm all about her.
You know who else doesn't move at all?
Who?
The End.
Yeah.
You know why he doesn't move? Because I fucking murdered him. In cold blood.
But that guy...
Because within 5 minutes of me playing that fucking game, I had that motherfucker held up.
No, but see, the only reason why I don't like that guy is because he sat in his wheelchair, he didn't say shit, he didn't do anything, but as soon as you get the jump on that motherfucker, he's like, oh shit, and he starts darting off. I'm like, you fucking fraud.
You had to conserve his energy. They didn't even talk about that.
Screw that. But yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to adding Quiet to the roster of my snipers that I like.
Snipers that you perv on?
Yeah.
That's cool. I'll kill her just like I
Snipers
killed
that
you
I
and now go
perv
fuck.
on. Everybody just needs to calm the fuck down.
This Marvel dress is pretty skanky. They changed her costume in this because I think she's supposed to wear thigh highs in this that come up to there, but they changed it so she got actual pants on. So yeah, her ass is supposed to be hanging out and everything.
That's fine.
I mean, it's fine. That's not. Can't do that.
Why?
Because
Superman walks around with his underwear on the outside and his cheeks all over the place and bulging ass muscles. The Hulk runs around shirtless, torn up pants, muscles bulging all over the place, making me feel all insecure. You don't see me causing a ruckus around here.
Did I tell you that they put my boy in this game? And that's the only reason I'm playing it again.
Dr. Manhattan got his fucking dick flapping out everywhere, all up in people's faces, multiplying himself, having fucking one-man, million-man orgies on one chick. You don't see me going up in arms about that shit, do you?
No.
Everybody just needs to calm the fuck down with all this sexuality shit.
Your dick's way bigger than his.
Shut up! What are you talking about now?
Saying they put my boy Thanos in here, but you know it's fucked up?
I know they got Thanos.
I would have already bought him. I would have spent money to buy his ass.
If it wasn't 2,000 gold?
No, I would have paid the 2,000 gold. I don't give a fuck. I would have bought his ass. But the only way you can get him is you got to get him on random on one of these things. And I had a shitload of gold from when we were playing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done like 3 of these stupid boxes and I haven't got them yet.
Gotta buy more gold.
It's time for me to bust out the wallet.
Yeah.
Give him my hard-earned money so I can get my boy. But then I was looking over here and I was like, dude, you could get Doc Ock. You could get Norman. Storm and Norman.
And you know
You
what?
could get Brock.
And that right there is why I prefer subscriptions over free-to-play.
Oh, stop. You do it once and then it's done with.
Yeah.
So?
But then you do it once until there's another character that comes out that you want, and then you gotta do it again.
So you're saying that you'd rather be charged a fee on top of it and then get charged another fee?
No, because if you were to pay just a subscription, like if you pay for a month, then you could play the game and you could regularly get gold and build it up and then get your character.
So you're saying that they're doing that to...
If you do it the way you're thinking, where you just want to buy the gold to get that box and to keep clicking on that box over and over again,
yeah,
you're going to spend more money within the month than you would if you would have just paid that $10 for the month and got it over with, and you could just get whatever you wanted, you know, and like still play the game. And that's like what I was saying about Final Fantasy is like, I would rather pay the subscription so I don't have to worry about additional fees. Like the only other additional fee I gotta worry about besides the, you know, subscription plan is when they come out with an expansion pack. You know, but other than that, it's like I can go to a store and buy a yellow robe for my character and not have to worry about spending like an extra $1 or $2 just to get it, you know. So that's just me. I prefer subscription. Some people prefer free to play. And on the subject of Final Fantasy 14,
Bob's waving at you.
Hey Bob. On the subject of Final Fantasy 14, people need to calm the fuck down as well about these server issues. Now, I get that it sucks that you can't play the game, but you know, it's an MMO, okay? And not only is it an MMO, it's an MMO that a lot of people were talking shit about and said that they didn't want to play, but then for some reason when it came out, everybody in the world wanted to play it. So, everybody just chill out. Talking about a game that you can play on PlayStation and on PC, and you can switch back and forth. You can play together. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of fucking info. You know what I mean? And I'm sure they're working hard to fix all that. So everybody just chill out. Now, I only flipped out once during the whole fiasco because I tried to log on one day, and I couldn't even see my damn character. Like, I thought they deleted it. And I was like, dude, please tell me you did not delete my character. Like, I get you gotta do server maintenance, but I did a lot of work to get my character to where it was, because I think at that time it was like level 5, which doesn't seem like a lot, but if you like tack on all the shit that I did while getting to level 5, like, that's not something I want to do over again with a new character anytime soon. So I was getting pissed off, but eventually, like, it popped back up again, and they didn't delete it. It was just, I don't know what it was, but my character did not get deleted, so I was fine. So, yeah. Chill out with the server shit.
Nobody cares because nobody plays that fucking game.
It's actually a lot of people that play it. It's pretty...
For right now, until they fuck it up again.
I mean, you know how it goes, man. Everybody gets that free month, and then after that free month, we're done.
Following this Phoenix around because I want to fucking fuck her. Go, come back.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Hey, girl. No, I think I'm good. I covered everything. Hey, girl.
Well, you want to talk about Mighty Number 9?
Yeah, I forgot about that because I'm gonna. Did you donate money to them?
No.
Are you going to?
I have to check it out. I haven't seen anything on it.
You don't know anything on it.
I haven't seen anything. I just read the story that he was making a game.
Oh, you haven't even looked at it?
It's not Mega Man.
It's gonna be bomb. It's gonna be bomb. It's basically fucking Mega Man.
Is it side scroll?
Yeah.
No.
It looks good.
What's it gonna be for?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know if they said that yet.
Well, I need to find out what it's gonna be for. If it's gonna be for PC, I'm not supporting it.
It's not gonna be for fucking PC.
That's what the last Mega Man game was.
You're talking about Mega Man Cross Street Fighter?
Yeah.
You're such a fucking piece of shit.
So does he have like? Is the game like partly made, or does he have any like?
He's got some footage of it up.
Conception art?
Yeah, he's got gameplay of it up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're just a big piece of shit that didn't even watch any of it.
I just read the story.
I at least did my homework.
Yeah, it's good. That's what you're for. What do you? So you,
It's a piece of shit.
this goes back to what I was saying. Is like him and Capcom got some beef. This is finally him responding to all their trolls. Remember when I told you they were trolling him because he had the fat Mega Man in Street Fighter X Tekken?
Yeah. You think that was a troll to them?
I thought it was.
Oh, I think that was more of a troll to the fucking community.
I think it was a troll to him. Like, they were like, you want us to use Mega Man?
Fat
Here goes Mega Man.
To Adam Norman.
Here goes fat, out of work,
Oh, really? Out of
Mega
work?
Man.
Oh, wow.
That dude, I think they were sending shots. And then, like, if you watch the trailer for Mega Man, or no, Street Fighter Cross Mega Man, first of all, they had Street Fighter before Mega Man. And then second of all, they opened the scene up with him standing on that building and Ryu blasting him off of it.
You understand that's a fan-made game, right?
Why do you think they approved it?
You understand that they made that because the dude went out and did everything himself, and they were just like, here's some money. Fund you.
They probably also said, make Ryu shoot him off of the building.
It wasn't Ryu, it was Blanca. Or was it Ryu? It was Ryu.
It was Ryu.
Fucking matter.
Ryu! But yeah, dude, I think they were trolling that man. They pushed him to the limit, and he was probably just like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm making another Mega Man game, and I'm going to call it Mighty Man.
A mighty man. Well, you know, Capcom needs to get their head out of their ass anyways. Just like Square Enix.
Yeah, they do.
Idiots. Don't do anything right. I need to take over all their companies.
Well,
shit, I messed up.
Part of Square Enix needs to get their head out of their asses because Tomb Raider and Deus Ex were great games.
Oh, really?
Yes, they were. You probably don't know because you never even fucking played them. So
That's
shut
cool.
The hell up.
What was their excuse for Resident Evil?
You tell me. You're the one that had your dick wet for them.
Because that's like the best Capcom franchise that they've made.
First of all, that's Capcom, and I was talking about Square Enix. I said part of Square Enix is good.
Oh, well, what's their fucking excuse with Final Fantasy 13? Oh, what did I just hit?
That's why I said part of Square Enix needs to get their head out of their ass because Tomb Raider and Deus Ex were good games.
Rolling his Doc Ock. I want to wave to him. Hey, Doc Ock. Oh, he leaves. You know, that's fine.
And with Final Fantasy 13, as far as I'm concerned, like that game could have been better. What I liked was their battle system. Is they kind of like redefined the whole like turn-based battle.
They didn't redefine it. It wasn't really turn-based.
It was because it wasn't. It was because it wasn't just them like standing in the line and you taking turns to fight. Like you could actually kind of move them around depending on what you did and stuff, and doing the paradigm shifts. You can kind of switch their positions. So it was a little different compared to how like turn-based is, or how turn-based usually is in JRPGs. So I like that part. The whole like walking in a straight line and following this path and shit while they had like this vibrant world that you could have explored, that sucked. But you know, I mean, for the most part, dude, like they did some good shit on that game. Like Lightning is still my favorite protagonist in all Final Fantasy games.
Not me, dude. I'm Noctis all day.
Who?
Noctis.
Who's that?
He's the guy from Versus.
You haven't even played the game yet.
I've seen the way the game plays, and I roll with him.
You haven't played the game yet.
Doesn't matter.
You can't say that.
What's so great about playing the game?
You gotta see how his character is first.
I already know how he is. He's a badass.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I do.
He might be one of those emo dudes again who's like, I'm not a hero.
Yeah, even better.
I'm not meant to save the world. As he's saving the world.
He's royalty, dude.
Whatever, dude. We'll see.
I wish he would stop making my head big.
But, yeah, dude. As far as Capcom, I've told you from jump that they were on some bullshit when they keep on remaking everything, when they need to be making some new shit, like fucking Rival Schools 3. Yeah, I said it. I said it. I'm gonna say that shit until they do it, okay?
They're not gonna do it.
Well, that's their mistake. You're asking me what happened with Resident Evil 6? I don't know what the hell happened to Resident Evil 6. I played it and I didn't like it. And it was wonky. So, I don't know. I haven't really cared about a Resident Evil game since 4. So, as far as I'm concerned, they need to reboot that shit.
They're not gonna do it. They already said they're not.
But they need to.
They're not.
In fact, they don't even need to reboot
Well,
it.
you know,
They can
that's the
just
problem.
stop.
That's the problem with fucking everything nowadays. Everybody's just like, oh, well, we'll just reboot it and pretend like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
That's not the answer. It's not the answer to movies. It's not the answer to video games. You can't just say it didn't happen, because it did. Because everybody's going to remember it.
Who says it didn't happen?
Everybody. That's what a reboot essentially is you're just saying, okay, well, we're going to...
I don't look at it that way. When I played Tomb Raider, I didn't look at it and say, okay, Tomb Raider, all the original ones didn't exist. They're still there.
But it's not the same Lara Croft.
That's fine.
That's what I'm saying. It's a reboot. They're saying, okay, this shit doesn't happen. This is a different fucking whatever.
That's fine. I think
It's not fine.
there are certain cases where you should be allowed to do that.
Like, okay, here. Perfect example. I really want the noir Spider-Man. The X-Men, the third movie, terrible. Widely regarded as the worst X-Men movie ever made.
Mm-hmm.
They had every right to just say, okay, you know what? That shit didn't happen.
But they didn't.
Let's just ignore that. Yeah, but they're not. I have more respect for them moving forward with this next X-Men movie than, you know, if they were just like, oh, it didn't happen.
That's fine. I mean, I think there's a limit. There's a certain time limit to when you should and shouldn't reboot shit. Amazing Spider-Man shouldn't have been rebooted. They should have just continued off of the third one.
Nobody wants to see Tobey Fat Ass Maguire anymore. Because to be honest, he didn't do the character that much justice. He did a good job acting, but he didn't do a good job. He wasn't the essence of Spider-Man is. He didn't make he made a couple of smart remarks here and there that weren't even that funny. This new kid, he's nerdy looking. He's pretty funny when he says shit. He can talk shit. And he acts like a fucking regular teenager. Tobey Maguire was in like his fucking 30s when he made those movies.
I like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Was he tame? Yes. He was a tame Spider-Man.
He wasn't tame. He was off the chain. See the fucking emo dancing fucking... on the table. I'm talking about it, dude. Let's lay it all out on the table. If you're gonna do this shit, do it right.
I will not deny, and you know, man, I love me some Spider-Man. I'm one of the biggest Spider-Man fans you know. Spider-Man 3 sucked. Simply because there was way too much shit going on in there, and Venom took a back seat and all that. Like,
yeah, he did. He was backseat to the Sandman.
Don't get me wrong, dude. That movie was horrible. I'm saying, but Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, I liked him as Spider-Man. I liked him as Peter Parker. Was he tame? Yes, he was. But he was still good. The new one, the Andrew, Andrew Garfield? Andrew Garfield, he's good too. He has swag. I said that. I was like, I really like his swag. I like his Spider-Man. He's good. I did not like the movie.
Right, well, that's what I said. I didn't like it. You know why? Because they did it over again.
The fact that they did it over again, and the fact that it was a fucking star-studded cast, like it was one of those things where I'm like, oh, okay, I'm looking at Dennis Leary, be Dennis Leary. I'm looking at Sally Field, be Sally Field. I'm looking at Martin Sheen, be Martin Sheen. Like,
that was a good-ass movie.
It was just fucking stars all over the place, dude, where it was like, with the Raimi Spider-Man, like, he was using people that weren't, like, that big, to where you weren't going to be distracted by...
Motherfucker had the Macho Man in it. I was distracted.
It was a small role.
He was fucking in it.
He was Bonesaw.
Fucking Bruce Campbell in that shit. He had fucking Ash in that shit.
They're not big.
Ash is big.
Ash? Who's Ash?
Ash from fucking Evil Dead.
Oh, yeah. They're not big.
They're big.
They're not...
Fucking Magneto right here.
Yeah, you like when they show up, you're just like, oh, there goes Bruce Campbell. But you weren't sitting there through the whole movie like, oh, you know, like don't let Emma Stone die, Spider-Man. You weren't saying, oh, don't let Gwen Stacy die. I was like, oh, Emma Stone with blonde hair. And
he's angry that I'm taking pictures of him.
Yes.
He's sucking my Spidey nuts.
But anyway, there's something else I was gonna say. I forgot what it was though.
I forgot how much I like this game.
So you didn't like Dredd?
I liked Dredd.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
That
was fucking like...
How old was Judge Dredd?
Oh, fucking... What do you mean, how old was he?
The original one was Sylvester Stallone.
That was like in 92. That
requires a reboot.
That's understandable because that shit happened when I was like fucking 6th grade.
Okay.
That's like a decade.
Spider-Man happened when I was in high school and college. Like,
not the third one, motherfucker!
The third one I was in college.
Yeah, so there you go.
And then they come out with Amazing Spider-Man, because they were in the middle of making 4, and then they canceled it, and they decided to reboot it. And I was just like, why would you reboot it when you're already, like, in the middle of this one? Like, this guy is willing to make the next one. Just like with James Bond, they were in the middle, I think they were in the middle of doing, like, another one with Pierce Brosnan, but then they're like, no, like, we want to just reboot it, and Pierce Brosnan is getting kind of up there in age, so we want to get, like, a more younger Bond. And I didn't agree with that. I was like, dude, come on now, don't fucking remake it. And they
always remade those movies though. Those movies.
They weren't like direct sequels, but they were like just another adventure.
That's what I mean.
You know, but this one they were like they wanted to reboot it to where they were like, we want to get him where he's like young and rugged and he's not as smooth as he is in the previous movies. They wanted to get him when he first became a 00 agent. I didn't agree with it. Like I have a problem when you're making, like, you're in the middle of trying to make the next movie, and then you're just like, no, fuck it, we're just going to reboot it. And I'm like, why? When it's a movie that came out, like, years ago, and you're just like, yeah, let's just reboot it, because we don't want to make a sequel like Superman Returns and have people be like, did that happen in the last movie? Did he really go off somewhere? I can't remember. Like, you don't want to make Goonies 2 or 3, whatever the hell they're on, you know, or Breakfast Club 2. You'll reboot it. Did you see the RoboCop thing?
Yeah. But here's the thing with that, because I don't give a fuck about RoboCop, but I'll go see it just because it's going to suck ass. But there's certain things that I want to see if they do, like,
But you agree with them, like, rebooting it, right?
I'm okay with it. I don't like the way he looks. I think it's ass.
I think he looks cool. I just don't like that he has, like, one real hand.
He looks like fucking Batman.
It kind of throws me off.
I don't know.
That they had him with one real hand.
I
think it looks decent though, dude. It might be good.
It's like my boy Eris said. I just hope he drives a Ford Taurus. Fucking rolling up on people in the Ford Taurus. Watching them fucking shit their pants. That's what needs to happen. It's not going to happen.
Well, no, because what they were saying specifically was they were like, this isn't necessarily a reboot. This is like a remake or a reimagination. You know, so a reimagination. Let me get that right. But so I'm down for that. But when this RoboCop comes out, I am not going to forget about Peter Weller. You know what I mean? Like if this movie comes out and it's good, there's still going to be the other RoboCop that I like. If this movie comes out and it sucks, there's still going to be the other RoboCop that I like. You know, and let's not like
because he drove the Ford Taurus. Because he rolled up on that motherfucking Ford.
Fucking done. We're done. That's it. That's all I got to say. I don't have anything else to say. I was going to talk about Xbox, but fuck Xbox.
True. Log out mid-mission. I don't even care.
This episode was horrible.
It was not. It was a godlike episode.
You never saw Training Day.
Fuck Training Day, dude. What's so great about that movie anyways?
Because Denzel was a bad guy.
He's the same... Oh, okay. So the one fucking movie that he doesn't act like Denzel in is his best movie.
I'd say so. Yeah.
I fucking hate you and I hate Denzel. It's because he's black, isn't it? That's why you like him.
No, he makes some good... Yeah, have you ever seen Out of Time?
No.
That was good. You should have saw that. He was good in Glory. Don't cut me off.
Get cut off, dude.
Asshole.
He's not Cajun.
Could be.
No, he's not.
He can act Cajun. Denzel's a good actor.
This is the Cajun Gentleman. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Bad Podcast. I guarantee we'll do another one next week. Oh, Cajun Gentleman, you're so sexy. How did you get in here? Jesus